Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for your attendance, and your participation will be really appreciated throughout the development of this class. So today we're gonna study lesson number 3, unit 8 in your English ID. Unit number 1, number 2 are in YouTube, just in case that you want to catch up, because last week we missed a couple of classes due to the different activities that you have to do. Good morning, Isela. Good morning, everyone. So, like I said, you can check these classes out on YouTube since we missed kind of some sort of important classes last week for different reasons. And yesterday we also solved exercises in your e-workbook. I hope that you have already finished those exercises related to lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 can be watched in YouTube, like I previously said. And today we're gonna record this class for a YouTube channel as well. Lesson number 3. And lesson number 3 is on page, well, I don't remember exactly the number of the page, but I'm gonna share it with you right away. So here we are. It's page 86 in your English ID. So we're gonna study certain things in the future. In the future, will space vacations be popular? Well, this is one big question that we have here. In the future, what do you think? Will space vacations be popular? So I recently watched this movie Interstellar, uh, and I think that life in the space or in other planets, or at least to the way that we can see through the television with some documentaries or movies. So life in the space is kind of difficult, since there's no gravity, nor oxygen, so you have to wear special equipment to just walk on the surface of different planets and all that. In my opinion, and due to everything that I have seen on the television, space vacations will not be popular because they're not attractive, not to me. They're not so appealing as well for me. And that's why I think that vacations in space will not be as popular as the ones we have now from different countries. But this is what I think. So now let me see what you think about it. Maybe my dear Lily Reyes, do you have an opinion about this? Lily, you there?
Yes.
Do you think that, well, you're kind of a traveler, my dear. I think that you travel very often. So do you think that in the future you will have vacations in the space? And do you think they will be popular or not? What do you think?
Not.
Why do you think that?
Um, I don't know.
But you think that they will not be popular. So that's the point.
No.
Okay. And another thing, the vacations in the space will be very expensive, very expensive. You will hardly afford them because they will be so expensive. All right, let me see other opinion here. Uh, Maybe Brandon Fabricio. So do you think vacations in space will be popular in the future? Well, Brandon is not around. Valeria Aide.
Hi.
Hello, Valeria. So what do you think about this question?
In my opinion, it will be popular, but it will be so expensive.
So this is also what I think. And the last one, Natalie Abigail. Aguiñada, Daniel Cotto.
Hi, teacher.
What do you think about the question, my friend?
Well, my opinion is very similar to Valeria's opinion because I think in some future maybe it will be possible that we can travel to space, but as she say, it will be so expensive, and I think for people like you and me, it won't be possible.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
also, I think I think it will be bored. For me, it will be bored because you spend a lot of money for like 2 3 days and doing what? For
Uh-huh.
me is
It's boring.
some I don't find the word exactly what I want to.
Unattractive, maybe? Unattractive.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. That.
okay. Well, I totally agree with you. I didn't think of that possibility. So yeah, you're gonna go to the space. Yeah, but what to do, where to go, what to eat. So one something special when you travel is the places that you meet, uh, the places that you know, people that you encounter with, the food, the new food that you can try. But in the space, you just gotta eat some special things because you can carry too much stuff in a spaceship. So I'm talking from the things that I've seen in documentaries and also from movies. So I'm not so experienced in the topic, but I've seen that there are a lot of difficulties when you go out of planet Earth. And like you said, maybe the view will be amazing to have the chance to see the planets, to see planet Earth and all that, but this is the only thing that it's appealing or attractive. Thank you very much for your perspective, guys. And now we see this cartoon right here. She's receiving an email, but I think it's the computer talking. So in the cartoon, the computer is talking straight to the woman there. It's expressing an opinion. So she or he, I don't know if it's a she or he. Remember, the computer got some sort of personality. And since those devices got their own personality, they are people refer to them as he or she. They also got names. It says that it hates those earrings. See, the computer is expressing an opinion about the woman's appearance. And we have three questions that I want you to read and also to answer. Okay, let me see. Jareni, can you help me reading questions from 1 to 3, please?
Yes, teacher. And number one, why is the woman surprised? Number two, how do you think she should reply? And number three, do you think machines will ever have human emotions?
Thank you. All right, why is the woman surprised? So, well, obviously, because the computer got their own personality and also is able to express an opinion by itself. Should she reply? Well, in my case, I will throw this computer to the trash can immediately. I will dump the computer. But well, it depends on the price. Okay, and then do you think machines will ever have human emotions? All right, try to think of the answers for 3 minutes, please, and then I will come back to you and check the responses out. Okay, let's see what you got. Who can help me with this one? Let me see. Libni, are you there, Libni Lisette? So no time to waste. Isela, can you help me with the answer for number one? What do you think? Why is the woman in the cartoon surprised? Isela. Okay, why do you think is this woman surprised? Okay, I think that you have problems with the audio because I can hear you, but with certain interference. How do you think she should reply? Well, in my case, I will throw the computer to the trash can like I said before. And this one is very particular. Do you think that machines will ever have human emotions? There are many movies about the issue. There's also this one, I, Robot. I think this is a Will Smith movie. And there's artificial intelligence. There's another interesting movie about machines having human emotions. This artificial intelligence is about a kid that wanted to be real, but he actually loved his mother. And she rejected him because he was a weird machine. He started acting kind of weird. And it's like the Pinocchio story. He wanted to be a real boy. That's a very interesting movie. Nowadays, I want to recommend you if you have the chance to sign up to HBO Max. There's one TV series called Westworld. Yeah, Westworld. It is about robots that are being awakening. They are waking up their conscience. They are developing some sort of consciousness of their own reality because they are made to work in a theme park, in a Western theme park. They are killed. They use it for many, many times. Okay, Livni, don't be sorry. Okay, it's okay, Livni. All right, so I was saying if you get a chance to sign up to HBO Max, that's the TV show to watch. So then in exercise B, we have a couple of questions. Will we be able to communicate through thought transmission? Second, will computers have emotions or some sort of consciousness? Are we ever going to travel through time, like in Dark, another famous TV show? And are computers going to be more intelligent than us? Well, they are more intelligent than us. The only difference is that we can perform the actions. We can program computers. Computers don't have total control of themselves. So this is the difference between computers and human beings. Those questions right here will be answered in the paragraphs here. But the thing is that Dr. Harry Reid and Penny Duff, they respond only 3 of the 4 questions we have here. So you're gonna listen and match the questions with the responses here. One is gonna be left, but before to go over the exercise, I don't know if you have noticed that we are using future form will. And we're gonna watch a clip related to how to form, how to use future form tense. This is like a review because I think that you have studied future forms throughout these years. But just to make sure that you understand future will and future be going to, we're gonna watch that clip. Just give me a second. And here we are. Just for you to recall, uh, future forms. Simple future with will. But we also will review other future tenses.
What are verb tenses? Verb tenses show the time that an action takes place. The simple future is a verb tense. We use the simple future tense for actions that will happen at a future time. There are three ways to express the simple future tense in English. We use will and a base verb to decide on a future action at that moment. For example, I will call you tomorrow. We use be going to and a base verb to talk about existing future plans. For example,
All right, will plus the base form of the verb is decide for something that you will do in the future, but it's like an spontaneous decision. It's not like when you use be going to. It's for something that you have already planned. But if I say, I'll call you tomorrow, it's not a plan. It's a spontaneous decision. It will happen in the future, but it's not a plan like you decided before. The difference is that you decided now, and this one has been decided before.
I am going to read a book after school. We also use be and an ing verb to talk about existing future plans. For example, I am giving a presentation next Monday.
And be plus ing and the verb is also something that you have decided before, like in be going to. The only difference between be going to and be plus ing is that you use these ones more for timetable schedules. When you have a schedule, something like an appointment or a date, but they're future plans. So you decide that the difference between be going to and be ing is very slight. But just remember that ing is for events that you include in a schedule or not timetable.
How do we form the simple future with will? Will is a modal. Modals are always followed by a base verb. A base verb has no s, ed, or ing ending. The verb form is the same for all subjects. For example, the simple future of the verb watch is will watch. I will text you after class. He will walk his dog tomorrow morning. The students will go to school on Monday. A contraction is a shorter form of a word. The contraction for will is ul. We use contractions with subject pronouns, but not with subject nouns. You'll be busy next Wednesday. She'll give a presentation in 2 weeks. They'll drive to work tomorrow. Look at the picture and say or write a simple future sentence with will. Use the contracted form. For example, he'll cook breakfast tomorrow morning. Now you try.
All right, remember that we use contractions for pronouns. It's very weird to use it with names or nouns. So we use will will go to school tomorrow. I'll call you in 2 days. They'll study on the weekend. She'll walk her dog after class. You'll be busy next week.
Thanks for watching.
And the negative form will not is the negative form. The contraction is won't. But I'm sure you know these things. I just wanted to refresh your memory. Now let's come back to the lesson. So we're gonna listen and pay attention to the questions. Write the number of the questions next to each paragraph, please.
Audio 8.8. Future perfect? Last week, we asked you to tweet us your questions about life in 30 years' time. This is what futurists Harry Reid and Penny Duff have to say about the top 3 questions. Will computers have emotions or some sort of consciousness?
Probably. We've built robots that can, for example, identify themselves when they look in a mirror or even mimic our emotions according to the quality of our voice. So, yes, I think machines will be able to feel human emotions.
Well, probably not. Consciousness is, an exclusive attribute of the human brain, and, we probably won't be able to teach robots how to feel, until we know much more about our brain and how it functions.
Will we be able to communicate through thought transmission?
Oh, definitely. Scientists have actually created a computer program that can decode brain activity and put it into words. So it's going to be relatively easy to capture thoughts and transmit them to another brain, I suspect.
Maybe. Synthetic telepathy seems like science fiction, I know, but, I think it will be possible to establish, some form of rudimentary communication through electric signals, not words.
Are computers going to be more intelligent than us?
Possibly. As I've said on a number of occasions, I think computers will probably be as intelligent as humans in 2020 or so. If that happens, I'm pretty sure they're going to help us find a way to travel through time.
Oh, certainly. Time travel to the future is an essential characteristic of Einstein's theory of relativity, and this has been investigated many times by lots of scientists worldwide. So maybe there will be some form of future time travel, but traveling back to the past is a whole different story. There's no evidence that this is possible. So, who knows?
Audio 8.8. Future perfect? Last week, we asked you to tweet us your questions about life in 30 years' time. This is what futurists Harry Reid and Penny Duff have to say about the top 3 questions. Will computers have emotions or some sort of consciousness?
Probably. We've built robots that can, for example, identify themselves when they look in a mirror or even mimic our emotions according to the quality of our voice. So, yes, I think machines will be able to feel human emotions.
Well, probably not. Consciousness is, an exclusive attribute of the human brain, and, we probably won't be able to teach robots how to feel, until we know much more about our brain and how it functions.
Will we be able to communicate through thought transmission?
Oh, definitely. Scientists have actually created a computer program that can decode brain activity and put it into words. So it's going to be relatively easy to capture thoughts and transmit them to another brain, I suspect.
Maybe. Synthetic telepathy seems like science fiction, I know, but, I think it will be possible to establish, some form of rudimentary communication through electric signals, not words.
Are computers going to be more intelligent than us?
Possibly. As I've said on a number of occasions, I think computers will probably be as intelligent as humans in 2020 or so. If that happens, I'm pretty sure they're going to help us find a way to travel through time.
Oh, certainly. Time travel to the future is an essential characteristic of Einstein's theory of relativity, and this has been investigated many times by lots of scientists worldwide. So maybe there will be some form of future time travel, but traveling back to the past is a whole different story. There's no evidence that this is possible. So, who knows?
Okay, so I think that you have the answers there, because at the beginning it was said, right, what paragraph or what question every paragraph was responding. So then we have to study the underlying expressions with different forms of future, going to and will be. So when there's something that it wasn't mentioned in the clip, but when we use will and we use going to for predictions, there's a difference, because we can use will for predictions and be going to as well. We can use either going to be or will for future predictions, or that's why they're predictions, because you're foreseeing something in the future. The difference is that will is for predictions. I mean, you think that something will happen just because is your opinion. So it's what you said about if vacations in the space will be popular, it's based on your opinion, your predictions. You said they will be expensive, but we don't have an evidence. So, but if we have an evidence that something will happen, you don't use will, you use going to. It's still a prediction, but based on evidences. So for example, my prediction for today is that it will rain. It will rain this afternoon, but right now the sun is up and is shining bright. So there is no evidence, but my prediction is that it will rain. But what happens if outside is dark, it's cloudy, the wind is blowing? I have an evidence. and I can predict with property that it's going to rain this afternoon. It's going to rain this afternoon is my prediction, but based on evidence. This is the difference in predictions, will and be going to. So right now that you have read and listen to these paragraphs in your books, and you see some of the sentences are underlined, we're gonna answer these questions. Future forms, number one. You're gonna read the grammar rules, and you're gonna write if they're true or they are false. You can't check page 130 if you want to need more info, if you need more information. Then you have to underline the correct alternatives. Don't, will, won't, have, be, probably will, or will probably. So what is the right order? Probably will or will probably. So you can see it if you analyze the underlying sentences right here. And after that, we are correcting the tweets here. So there are some posts on Twitter or tweets, like they call them, that they need to be changed because they got grammar mistakes. So you want the tweets being corrected. So these three exercises will be done you will have approximately 6 minutes to work in A, for true or false in the rules, B, to underline the correct choices, and letter D, to correct those tweets. In 6 minutes you can do this, and I will come back to you and check your answers out. I'm sure that you have solved this in your books. Just to double check, in letter A and B are true, letter C is false, letter D is true, and E and F are false. Then in letter B, in number 1, the answer is won't. In number 2 is B. Number 3 is will probably. 4, be able to. 5 is going to be. And 6, probably won't. And here in the tweets, well, it was even easier. You just have to switch the order of the subject and the modal will. Will robots replace teachers? Oh, this is a very interesting question. Will there be another killer virus like HIV, like the coronavirus? Javier Blanco, are we going to find a cure for cancer? And Anna Baum says, are people going to be? And Caleb say, will we find life on other planets? So those are interesting responses. So you're supposed to respond with the tweets right there. All right, so we finished lesson number 3, my friends. Thank you very much for your attendance and for your participation. Thank you. See you next class.